All right. Good morning, Alchemical Creatives and Healers. We are going to be doing some cards today. We're going to do some oracle from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle card deck. We're going to do some cards from the Wild Unknown. And we're also going to pull some cards from the Universal Celtic Tarot gifted to me by a good friend of mine, Bonnie Jean from Scotland. Shout out to Bonnie Jean, all our one channel. And I want to talk about a process called a desire diary. It's something that I've implemented recently, which has been a bit of an evolution on my gratitude journal. So I have a notebook specifically for this desire diary, and it's part of my kind of wake up, get ready process. When I'm having my breakfast and having a coffee for the day, I make it really simple by using two quite simple decks, the Animal Spirit and the Work Your Light. Fairly short in terms of, interpretations and meanings. And I am applying these cards to what it is that I desire at a heart and soul level, and what helps me in my immediate day-to-day steps of what to focus on and where to keep my energy. Coming out, I just did a short, so you might see I did a short reading and out came this very card. Now I've come here to do more of a long explanation around the desire diary, and in shuffling the same card has come out. So this is very much reinstating this birthing and new age. So I want to talk a little bit about the cards, obviously, for the read today, but I also want to talk about this desire diary as a process. So you can do this for yourself by maybe selecting some simple cards if you have some decks within the home, or there could be other ways which I'll talk to a little bit later on as other methods that you could use if you don't have some simple tarot or simple oracles. So I'm going to talk about this birthing a new age. And we also got this card which says no. So there may be opportunities which you need to say no to. You need to be discerning about what you put your energy into, because we're birthing a new age. And this is where your dreams are manifested. This is where your creative visions are really seeding the new systems or new processes that we're here to build as light workers, as energy workers, as healers, as creatives, as the systems around us are crumbling, as the old world order ends, as we move into a new astrological cycle where things look very different to how they've looked. We have an opportunity to come in to create, to see the vision. Now, if you're paying attention to other astrology readers and other channelers and other light workers, we're all talking about this big energy shift, a big shift in consciousness, in awakening, and in a new world that we're creating, a new technological future. And it might look a bit ugly before it looks good again. There's no saying for sure. But then we also have this opportunity to see, to vision, and to build what it is that we're really dreaming. And here as light workers, we're here to focus on what brings us joy, not just pleasure in a purely carnal sense, but pleasure as in what is true happiness, what is our heart's desires. And let's try and pull in a lot of understanding and awareness from different modalities or different practices. From a Buddhist type perspective, you're wanting to come back into center and sort of remove attachment from the material realm to be happy in just pure being. So it's not that we need to have all of this accoutrement to make us feel happy, but the happiness and the expansion comes from our awareness and understanding of the light within our heart, and our connection to our heart, and our connection to love. That being said, while we are here playing in a material realm, we are able to, from that sort of non-attached perspective, stand back and say, well, we also are here with a playground and the capacity or the ability to build and to quickly manifest what it is that might be useful or necessary or needed in order to support those who are still working through their process. We're still playing in a material realm after all. So it's not all about, accepting having nothing, but to find that point between, like, I will be happy with nothing because the happiness comes from the light and the heart within me, and also from that place we have the opportunity to build something and to do it in a way that's ethical and honorable and sustainable, where we're in balance and we're in harmony with the earth and we're in harmony with others. So it's not extractive, it's regenerative. It's a regenerative new world that the light workers have the opportunity to build. But we need to say no to the things that are no longer working for us, that are no longer good for us. We need to say no to those old structures and systems. We need to say no more. We're not investing in any more of that. And that, we're not asking for more money to be put into certain services which are not actually going to reach the people that they're intended or, advertised to reach. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of these systems coming down, is that money is not being used in a way that we are expecting it to be used for. So we're out here putting a lot of effort into earning money to be taxed heavily for that, to have rules and structures and restrictions built around us that we need to say no to, the limitations which have been placed upon us while things are being extracted from us energetically to feed these old systems which are crumbling. They're not working. So we need to say no to that. No longer are we putting resources into the dead ends, but we're cultivating the new earth and the new age. I'm now going to pull a animal spirit. So the desire diary is a new practice. Basically, I make it, and I've just dropped the Panther card. Panther. So he's a nightcat. And there is this air of primal, there is a primal nature here with the panther. So being able to access parts of ourselves which propel us forward, which push us forward towards the agenda. And maybe we need to work in the night. We need to work in ways which are somewhat mysterious or unseen to us, perhaps. So what it says in here is annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. Through these experiences, they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. When in balance, brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. So to bring into balance, we need to get rid of the unnecessary. So this is, again, supporting this no. We need to get rid of what's not necessary. So on in a grand scheme, in a large picture, or within our personal lives also, we need to be saying no to what is taking up space or what is draining our energies. What is not necessary going forward? Is there clutter? Is there stuff? Is there baggage that you are letting go of? Relationships or tasks, specifically tasks, certain work that you think you should be doing that you don't need to be doing. Things around the house that you really don't need to have in your way, or relationships which are really quite taxing and draining and not actually providing or fulfilling anything towards what this new age envisions. So the desire diary is pulling a few simple cards, getting really to the heart of the matter by using some key words without going into too much detail, and then just recording in your book there, like what is driving you forward. So desires are all about potential leadership. We desire to be in positions of authority or leadership where we can fulfill or enact something for the greater good of a tribe or of a community. So that's, you know, in terms of human design, when we tap into desire as a motivation, which desire is my motivation, this is what I speak to. So it's natural, and I feel on task and on the correct aligned trajectory when I'm tapping into those feelings of desire and the desire to be in a position of leadership or authority, which can help to guide people towards, you know, fulfilling their gifts and meeting their own needs. So I'm just tuning in, retuning into the guides. I'm going to pull a couple of Celtic cards. So this desire diary is something that I do almost every day when time permits for me to spend 15 minutes pulling a few cards to try and keep things simple. And then I just write some of those key words. Desires is also connected to the element of fire. So this for me is balancing my fire element. So we're going to pull a couple of cards from the Celtic Tarot. Some messages for the Alchemical Creatives and Healers tuning into this message today. Oh. So we've got the Four of Cups. I've got the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Let's just have a look at this for a moment. So this Four of Cups, of all of the four cups which sit as equal opportunity in balance, he has selected one of the cups and he's meditating on that energy and he's really connecting into that opportunity. The Ace of Wands, this potential for an activation. Again, it's fire energy. So there's something coming in, potential in the ether to act upon. With the cups, it's emotions, and it can be also creativity with the combination here of the water and the fire. So we've got that sensual, sacral water element, the feeling and the emotion, combined with the potential to act. So this could be creative, and I'm thinking of music. Could be a creative musical element, an expression. And with the Four of Cups, it's something that could be an offering or offered. So you get to choose, do you tap into that offering? And we've got the King of Cups and the Moon here. So the King of Cups is really trying, not just trying, the King of Cups is appealing to solid foundation of inner emotions, to real spiritual growth, to spiritual emotive connectiveness, to the Moon, who's very feminine, wise, illuminating what is unseen. So there's potential for illusions, or potential for things that are masked or hidden. But these are the feminine mysteries. This is awareness and a knowledge, and knowledge suspended. It's the ability to hold the unknown, the unknowable, the illogical, the abstract. So the King of Cups could be the one coming in with this offer to the Moon energy. of a potential of a new creative venture. And we have the Empress coming up. This connection is quite fertile. Can you see that? Sorry if I've had those up too close. So it's a very fertile and abundant connection, this offering that's come through from the King of Cups. The Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So the Queen of Wands, we have big Leo energy here. Also the creative leader, the creative director who's really directing the show. And then the Nine of Cups, that wish fulfillment. What have we wished for? What's coming forward? And again, we see that sort of pregnant element, that pregnancy or that mothering with the Empress. And the Knight of Cups. So what we could be seeing here connected to the King of Cups is this fluctuation. There's a fluctuating energy where we've got the King standing in his depth of awareness and emotional capacity, but then we also have the Knight of Cups, so he's fluctuating into, you know, being uneasy or out of depth with these feelings and emotions. And this Nine of Cups, so she's needing to sort of make a wish and to hold that frequency. So let's just talk about this creative, because we're thinking we're getting music. So maybe a song or an album or a creative potential. It could be pulled from the ethers. Can we have a little bit more guidance? The Six of Cups, so this could be a karmic connection. Some karmic fulfillment. What more can be said? What happens if we bring down this ace and plant it in the ground? I've got the Ten of Cups, but it is in reverse. Why is the Ten of Cups in reverse? I got the Ace of Cups when I asked why the Ten of Cups was in reverse. And the Ten of Cups being romantic fulfillment, but it's not just romantic, it's really like familial, it's family fulfillment. It's like being able to cultivate and nurture under this tree all of the riches, the emotional riches, but it was in reverse. Why is it in reverse? We have an Ace of Cups. So a new emotional or relational opportunity that could be lingering in the ethers. So to me, there seems like there is a connection here. And the Two of Pentacles. So someone is trying to balance the worlds. To balance the situation. What is a sign that we could listen to? How to know how to move forward. What sign are we looking for to know what steps to take and how to look forward in this circumstance for the greater good of all, to turn the 10 of Cups right way up? The Knight of Pentacles, so it's slow moving, but we're focusing on wealth and material building. So, oops, sorry if that's too close again. The material building, savings, something slow and methodical. Let's ask about the Ace of Cups, please, guys. Can you please explain this Ace of Cups? Too many cards. Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is really building the abundance personally. So there's a relationship here offering something which creates a creative spark. But there is still some inconsistency with whether that can be consistently offered and provided. So there's potential for this abundance and fertility. But where the 10 of Cups is blocked by the Ace of Cups, there could be another emotional connection floating in the ethers. So what next steps need to happen is that the Knight of Pentacles needs to be aware of a slow moving, these were both very financially indicative. There needs to be some slow moving building of financial resources. And then the Nine of Pentacles is actually quite independent, needs to be independent. And then I got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So someone's not able to spend wisely. So this is, where we have this kind of frugal energy with the Four of Pentacles. This is because somebody is not able to actually measure, calculate, or control how they use resources. So there's a lot of waste going on. So this is up to you to be cautious in terms of how you rely on any external offers coming in financially. Well, they come in the door through the emotional realm. So these are emotional offers which spark your creative vision, but there is some inconsistency with how the emotions are then backed up or played out. So it's still important to be, I've got a card here upside down, Four of Swords. Four of Swords. So we're meditating on the situation. We need to stop and meditate before moving forward. there needs to be some pause here before we go too far with accepting the offer. Maintain your independence and ensure that you have your own financial growth and stability, and something which you have independent autonomy over. And the Page of Swords. So the Page has got a message incoming. So we're maintaining psychic attunement, and we're maintaining this psychic connection to the ethers because we have a message coming in about the grand scheme of things. Sorry if that's too close again. There is, because this is an eagle, or some type of eagle or a falcon, or some type of large visionary bird. They got very high and they're seeing everything. There's a lot of scope there, and there's a message coming in around what to look for. Do we have any final calls for this message? The Seven of Swords. So there could be some trickery. There could be someone concealing all of the facts. They're holding on to something. They're obscuring some of these ideas and keeping all of those things hidden. That's why this offer seems like a great, it seems hopeful, but there still continues to be a karmic issue or a karmic connection here. So it's looking nice, and the king wants to show up for the moon. But we've got the inconsistency with the Knight of Cups. So he's going back and forward. What he wishes he was, what he wants to be, what's coming out. The Queen of Wands has all the firepower. She's able to direct things, to direct herself, to maintain a dominion over a tribe or a community. And there's a lot of creative potential and abundance with the Empress, what she can tap into. And she's trying to hold the line. She's trying to stay grounded and connected in her creative energy, but also she's working on allowing this offer, because she would like the offer. But we do have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Why? The Ace of Cups, because there's something else in the ether, this other relating potential that could come in. So it's that Nine of Pentacles, that independent wealth, the slow-moving knight to build that wealth independently. Because the problem that we've got is someone making generous offers emotionally is going to come undone financially. They're not maintaining, they don't do what they say they're going to do. So meditate on it, because the message is coming in the ethers, potentially to reveal what has been hidden, or you may never know what is not being revealed. So maintain the vision with the Nine of Cups. Feel into your heart. Okay. It was a little bit longer than I meant it to be. Desire Diary. We're balancing the fire element within with a couple of simple cards and writing out some of those keywords to keep it very simple and Today we got birthing a new age. And if you watch the short, I did get the spider, so watch the short if you want to watch the short. But in this one, we got the panther, so purging what is not necessary. We need to say no to certain things which are going to take us off course. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Have a beautiful day.